r/ask Reddit. What impossible situation do you often fantasize about? That I wake up as a 16-year-old me with the knowledge of current me. This is probably almost everyone except those who already have children. No, I love my kid to death but would gladly rewind my life a few years and take a whole other route. I like to imagine that, but with a twist. That it just happened. You are now sent back from a future period to take an alternative route. The only way it works though, is that you can't remember what that thing was. Enjoy your new route. I have this one all the time. But then I think I like my life and there's no way I could get back here. I'd think I would want to avoid a lot of the mistakes of my youth. But those mistakes led me to where I am now. Then I think I wouldn't want to change that. Not having to work but still having an income to take care of everything. That's the dream. Having time control abilities. Waiter, enjoy your meal sir. You too. Waiter. You. Time travel. It's rewind time. Dia wants to know your location. With time control capabilities, what you do is freeze time for the 8 to 10 hours that you would have occupied with sleeping and sleep related activities. Ideally you go to bed at 10 PM, get 10 hours of sleep, and wake up at the same time, 10 PM. Do you keep aging while time is frozen? That's the real question Imo. Sporadic use wouldn't be that big of a deal but doing this every day would appear like you're aging 40% faster if I'm doing the math right. Winning the lottery. Impossible because I have never bought a ticket. Yep, I figure that $200 million lump sum after taxes is what I need to win. Then I can live the exact same life but people will now say I'm eccentric. I will gladly call you eccentric if you provide me with some ways in which you are eccentric. Rich people are called eccentric for the very same things poor and middle class people are called weird for. Have a dinner party and serve a can of alphagetus you're poor. Have a dinner party, be rich and serve the same thing. You're eccentric. My new goal in life is to get rich, throw dinner parties and only serve poor people foods, spaghettios, peanut butter sandwiches, saltine crackers, rice with canned chicken and a variety of drinks ranging from Faygo Cola to Great Value Kool-Aid to PBR and Barefoot wine. Newport cigarettes and scratch-offs will be provided at the door as a welcome gift. I'll buy a ticket every now and then because that 0.00001% chance. I'll dream for a bit, with that ticket making that dream just 0.00001% more tangible. Then I go back to the real world, where I continue working hard towards my life goals because I know they aren't just going to fall on my lap, but I can spare the few bucks here and there, no different than someone else going out for a drink, since I don't drink. That's the fun of playing, really, the day of daydreaming. Post-apocalyptic scenarios where I'm somehow still alive, and what I would do. I'm making plans to be a local warlord. Cannibal warlord with child soldiers to be exact. They'll call me Buttneeked II in honor of the original General Buttneeked, now known as Joshua. I drunkenly added him to Facebook one night after watching a Vice documentary on him. We've talked a few times. The world is weird. Being able to eat all the food without becoming morbidly obese and dying. I'm on my third imaginary pulled pork right now. Holographic meatloaf, my favorite. Fun fact. Plankton eats sunlight. That's right kids. SpongeBob is educational. Sponsored by photosynthesis. Taste the sun. Having a limited ability to revert time. Can only go back 12 hours at a time. And once the ability is used you need to wait at least the amount of time you wound before you can do it again basically. You can't chain leap backwards ad infinitum. You could essentially restart the same 12 hours over and over. But once you have let time progress more than 12 hours, that moment will be out of your reach forever. I think about how many times I would loop the same 12 hours before letting time progress. What I would use that extra time for. How I would perhaps slowly turn cold and distant from those around me, seeing them merely as automatons, doomed to repeat the same mannerisms over and over, before I let time naturally run its course again. There are things that can be progressed in these repeated hours and things that cannot. I could read part of a book, for example, and then continue where I left off when I rewind again. but I wouldn't be able to continue playing a game or travel overseas etc. because any progress I make towards goals that take longer than 12 hours get wiped the instant I rewind. I would be a lonely observer of a day's many possibilities and potential outcomes, only to settle for one that's good enough once the repetitiveness gets stale. Would I turn into a sociopath? Commit heinous acts because I can just rewind anyway? I'm honestly not sure. I'd like to think not, but it seems like a very possible outcome. Okay, maybe I can get a bit carried away sometimes. This is like safe scumming IRL. I like it. You could get very rich just playing the stock market in this scenario. Every day some stock is going to go up at least 10%. If you know the stock in advance and get that return daily, then you multiply all your money by 19x every month. Or just win the lottery once. Getting out from under my career, been in it for almost 30 and have 15 until I can draw, and opening my own ice cream shop. Tell me about this ice cream shop. I, too, am interested. I want more ice cream in my life. I would visit your ice cream shop if you open one. Winning an argument with an a-hole and then everyone proceeding to clap while the Ashad does the walk of shame. Getting married to the love of my life and having a nice, stable, well-paying job I'm happy with. Having my life together and not simultaneously failing at everything. Having superpowers. But like Avatar, it would suck if I had a pointless superpower. You are relegated to shower waterbending like the rest of us. Dying and having your mind be merged with someone else's so a part of you lives within them. They will know everything about you and never make the same mistakes you made, and at the same time, you will be seeing through someone else's eyes. I love the idea of it. Sounds like reincarnation with past life memories. Which is to say, lots of people share the same fantasy as you. You're not alone. But you will not be making any decisions for that person. You just observe. There's an episode of Black Mirror where pretty much exactly this happens. It does not work out too well. Black Museum season 3 I think. Awesome episode. Just wanted to note it was season 4 though. Last episode of the season. Being a Pokemon trainer. The very best. Like no one ever was. I think it would honestly be awesome for the world to all of a sudden be a Pokemon universe. I'm not huge into Pokemon or anything, but it would still be a fun world to live in, even as an adult. Packing a bag, getting into my car, and driving away to some random city or town and just starting over. We did just that. My wife's job offered her a promotion and relocation in a new state or a layoff if we stayed put. We moved 850 miles away with 2 weeks notice and a 2-year-old child. It was the best damn decision I ever made. I got out of the small town rut and started a whole new life. This but changing my name and taking off to Prague to live happily and quietly with my partner and kitty. Being able to send my consciousness back to myself in the past. With everything I know now, I'd do so many things differently, avoiding the mistakes, having the experiences I never had, etc. That's exactly what I was coming to post to. So many things I would change. Immortality and being my video game characters. I'm not even a child anymore. You are. We all are. The world is divided into kids and those who are good at pretending they're not kids anymore. Sex. So I take it there is not a Mrs. Burger Beach Ball. How dare you disrespect Mr. Burger Beach Ball's mother like that? That my car had Mad Max-like weaponry and I was licensed to crush divers who ignore road rules. Being loved and cared for by someone who has genuine feelings for me. Being a sorceress. Like Red Woman kind of sorceress? Yeah, I think being able to push shadow people out of my vagina would be pretty cool. I like to lurk in the shadows. Curling with Keanu Reeves. Like the sport? Yes. Being a 4th member in the Harry Potter trio. You wanna be the D'Artagnan to the Three Musketeers? Cool. Feeling totally secure about who I am as a person, and not giving any ducks about what other people think. Being a professional musician. The odds are so low. I'm good but not that good. I've talked about this before. But I often think about how the world would be if humans had big puffy tails like squirrels because I find it hilarious. I could see people styling their tails to stand out. Teenagers rebelling against their parents by dyeing their tail some crazy color. IT's not a phase mom. Tabloids would be reporting things like Miley Cyrus shaves off her tail. Exclusive photos inside. People on dating apps and websites would be listing their tail length as a new stat like they do now with height. I don't know. I just think it's funny to think about a world like that, and it amuses me to think about it when I'm bored. Post-game interview after I hit a home run to win the World Series. Taking a vacation back in time to the 1980s. I just think it would be so fun to experience the furniture, shopping malls, arcades, silly stuff, I guess, but I think it would be a hoot. Being able to time travel and going back and preventing awful things from happening. Being filthy rich and powerful. Becoming filthy as possible. Don't give up. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.